semi-permanent with the addition of the braces. Another lean-to. That's plow point configuration. So you think of like a plow. At the end of it, it has the point, or the beginning of it rather. So that's your plow point configuration. That's a great way for you to create a microclimate to maximize your heat source. So if you lay this way, you've got coverage from head to toe, as well as a good way to circulate that heat. This is more of a novelty. Everybody likes this. It's called an alpha tent. This is actually a military poncho. This was my poncho from the 90s when I was in the military. What I did is I sewed pockets in each corner, and then I constructed some tent poles. So now you have a freestanding tent that you can move anywhere. Very minimal. This is just an emergency shelter, basically. But it's really neat. It's something that people like to look at because you see them online a lot, but you hardly ever see them in person. But if you decide you want to put a pitch to it, these are just trekking poles. Harrison, grab the other pole. I'm not going to lash it down, but you get the idea. Yes, Grandpa. Thank you, sir. I need to go up without lashing down. Now, obviously, you're going to want to lash things down, tie them down, but you get the idea. You can make a lean-to with it. You can sleep under it. And what I did, I've actually spent a night underneath this. It's a very long night, very uncomfortable. But what I did is started out this way, and as it got colder, I just dropped it down on top of it and slept with a bivy sack, and that basically your feet stick out, but you can cover the top part of your body, which is going to help retain your heat. So it's really, again, more of a novelty, but it's something pretty cool. It's just different. You're welcome to look at the construction of that. Now the emergency shelter itself with the emergency blanket, like this one here, this is what they teach at a lot of your survival schools, including Dave Canterbury School. And I'm not sharing a big secret. This is something that's taught other classes in books, so this isn't exclusive to Dave. It's a real simple design, and it's designed to get yourself warm or get someone else who might need care warm. You're using the bipod here. I'll show you how to lash that together. I'll get a volunteer to do this. Yes, Harrison, you can do it. Come over here. Thank you for volunteering. Yeah, have you ever tied one of these? I'm going to show you how. So lashing strap, all it is you take your cordage, just like you would, I guess, a granny knot. Just run it through once, run it through again. That's all you have to do, and it'll tighten down on itself. And that's your lashing knot right there. That's all you need to start your lashing. All right, put them together. Now what you're going to do is hold them close together. Now wrap that around 3 times. Good and tight. Yeah. And then you're going to dress it up. It's important to be dressed up. There you go. Now you're going to run it through the middle. Yeah. Same amount of times, 3 times. So if you wrap it twice, you're going to frap it, what they call it, twice. If you wrap it 3 or 4 times, you're going to frap it the same amount of times. Real simple.
Harrison, it's hung in that cut in the top on this side.
That's why you got to dress it up. And when you dress it up as it goes, it makes it really nice and tight. There you go. All right, now just tie it off. Make you, however you want to tie it off. That's fine. It don't matter. Yeah. It's not going to go anywhere. All right. So now we got our bipod. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna grab one corner, and I want to use this corner so you can see it. We'll stake it in. We're gonna take some paracord or bank line. We're gonna tie it to the opposite corner here. Like that. You're awesome. I won't go that far.
See back down there? Okay.
Just don't get carried away. Go too many of them. All right, so now we're gonna pull it tight. Now you're fine. Now this is the trick here. So you find your bipod, you line it up, pull it tight, wrap it around and through it. Now you're gonna bring it to the ground. Now with the stick. I'm just going to tie it off with a couple of half hitches, and I'm going to put 2 more stakes on the side. And there you go. There's your emergency 5-point shelter. And what you want to do is build your fire just outside, right here, to get that radiant heat, keep the heat going inside the shelter to create that microclimate. And as you can see, I can get underneath here and be pretty well protected. I can spend the night here, which I've done. Again, it's a long night, but it's actually not too bad. Put your fire about right here. You can keep the fire all night long. Keep yourself warm. Or, I'm in Boyd County Search and Rescue, and this is the shelter we use to warm patients. If we find someone that's hypothermic in the woods because of blood loss, or because it's cold, they got wet, whatever, this is the way we warm them up, because getting their body, their core temperature back to normal slowly as possible is very, very important. You know, you don't want to shock them, get them too hot too fast. You want to gradually warm their bodies up. So that is the emergency shelter. And if you go to Pathfinder School, this is the one you'll learn. You'll have to put this up, about 15 times. And take it down, put it up, take it down, put it up. They're just very basic, but there's a lot you can do with just a survival blanket. Survival blanket or survival tarp. They got 2 different names. Very easy. Next, and then I showed you the alpha shelter point. Let me show you what you can do with, oh, this is a bivy sack too. Let me show you this real quick. This is a breathable, survive outdoor longer escape bivy. And this is, I like this one because it's breathable and you don't sweat as much in it. It's got the mylar lining so that you can retain your body heat. And I have slept in this, I think it was about 35, is the lowest I've gotten in this. After that, you really start adding, you're gonna sleep in your clothes obviously, but you're gonna start adding materials to it. Whether you make a pillow full of leaves, you can use it as a browse bed to lay on top of to help insulate yourself from the ground. If you have a wool blanket or something like that, there's a lot of uses for these little escape bivvies. This is something that's really nice to have. Add your kit, whether it's a go bag or bug out bag. Any questions on that?